Hey all, and this is the Lunar New Year event. This is a Fire Slayer event and Arcane Killer. So I made up quite a few good teams this event. I'm going to talk through the teams I've made. So the first team, this is basically the Culinary Kings deck with a few other cards. This is a very powerful Slayer Ultimate form, mainly because of that upgrade skill. So yeah, this is definitely going on the team. Then the Blitzkrieg Beasts as one of the other cards for this team. The main reason I have this on the team is because it's 5 pink stars and 5 times awakened, as you can see. Very strong card. Also has a healing skill, so yeah, it's a very useful card. Then another card from the Culinary Kings deck. This has the upgrade skill on it. Guluk the Butcher creates more fire power gems. I may replace that with a different card. Not sure yet. And then Bonafide Brawlers. I got this card from the TPG store. This is Arcane Killer Ultimate form, so this has the killer skill you need for this event. It's also a good card. Creates power gems. Creates fire gems at the start of each turn. On to the relics. I don't actually have that many arcane relics on the team, mainly because I got this from the vault. The Eternal Mallet. Since this breaks 2 shields plus 1 per Fire Slayer Ultimate Hero, I did not need that many other Arcane Killer relics. So I put Ray's Staff on the team instead. And there's one Arcane Killer relic. Let's scroll down just to show you that. A generic Fire Slayer relic. And then another Ray's Staff. So that's quite an interesting selection of relics. The staffs are mainly to try and increase the power of the team a bit further, since that's a very powerful relic. This also spawns enough power gems to get the skills going at the start, so yeah, it's a good team. It's getting 10% on turn 1 on Carillion bosses, so I'm pretty happy with this, and it will be what I'm using for most of the event. So this is another option, not really a Slayer team, but you can consider using Circuit Break Hilaria with some sort of Arcane Killer team. In this example, I'm using Commander cards. Probably not the most effective team, but it gives you an idea. Now this team should do good damage. The problem is it will be quite slow and only really good for locked Eternal Carillion bosses later on in the event. So I'm sure you've all seen me use a similar team to this before. High performance unit area to boost up the damage with that supercharged buff. Bonafide Brawlers again for the killer skill. Culinary Kings to spawn tons of power gems. Then 2 Immortal Killer cards that get boosted up by High Performance Unit Area. Now this team has potential to do Q damage, which is wherever goes after Trillion basically. However, it's slow and only suitable for locked bosses. I will be testing this out to see what it can do. Now finally, I won't be using this, but if you have the Jailer's deck, you can consider using that with some Arcane Fire Slayer cards. You just need some sort of turn delay card on the team. I think Culinary Kings actually has a turn delay skill on it, so if used correctly, that could be potentially very effective. I believe the Jailers is actually coming to the TPG store after this event, or should I say when the next TPG season starts. I definitely recommend getting that. I know I will be, since I don't have the Jailers yet. And there we go, that's the teams I will be using for the event. I will only be testing out 2 of these teams, as 2 of them are not going to be that effective, if I'm being honest. So before I start playing the event, this is what I got from the vault when I opened it yesterday. Alright, so here we go with the vault. I did this yesterday, well, technically today, but yesterday in terms of the video, so I have no idea at this point what I'm going to get from the vault. But it may or may not have improved the teams I showed you in the first part of the video. I also have this weird gem rebate above the vault this time around. I don't know what that is. Oh! Okay, so I get 100 gems back for opening the vault. So the first tier I will do now. Here we go. If I get more gems back for the later tiers, I may go a bit further with the vault. Let's see. Okay, well that's the usual garbage first pull, but 100 gems back from that. Okay, so I get another 100 gems back from this tier as well. So I might as well do 3 tiers. I mean, my teams are already pretty decent, so I'm mainly just doing this for the choice coins. So there's the support card. This is good. Oh, brilliant. Rare event relic. Well, that's going to help a lot. That's a really good result. Now I can make the ultimate relic for this deck. That changes what I was originally going to do. I don't need off-colour relics, or as many anyway for sure. Alright, so another 100 gem rebate on this tier. I'm definitely going to do this, even if it's just for the main relic. Here we go. Junk, junk, junk. Okay, that's kind of to be expected, but I got a rare relic, so I'm not really overly fussed about that. Oh, I got gems, okay. I don't remember if I got gems from the previous tiers. I should have done. I should have got the 100 gem rebate. That was from one of the red envelope gifts. So there we go. I might as well go ahead and make the relic. So I'm going to do that now. I don't have enough gems for the 4th tier, and I don't really need to do that, as I only need a few more coins in order to make an Ultra or Master Hero. I'm going to complete the Light Commander deck. I'm going to just get the rewards from the collection to get enough coins and then go ahead and forge the other card from that deck. I feel it was one of the strongest decks from this season, if I'm being honest. So onto the actual event. I have a locked Carillion boss here. I'm going to be testing out my teams on this. Not that long left on the boss, but it should be plenty of time to defeat it. The boss has Traitor, and I do have a counter for that. So this is the main team I will be using for this event. On anything that's not my own, I'm going to try for 10% on the Carillion bosses and 50% on the Diamond bosses. So I'm not sure how much damage this will do to the boss. Probably not that much in all fairness. Let's have a look. So using the battle skills, something like this. As you saw though, you can get the skills going on turn 1, so I can hit pretty much any boss. And yeah, that's about 10% damage on the boss. So it's perfect for hitting anything that's not locked. I'll do one more attack, then swap over to my other team. I've not tested out my Immortal Killer based team yet. There we go. So the order in which you use the skills is quite important, as you need to try and upgrade as many as possible. Something like this seems the most effective. But again, this really is a boss team for stealing 10%. Not really a team that kills Corellium quickly. I think my other team will do a better job, so let's find out and use it and see what it does. So this is the team I wanted to test out. The hardest part is getting high performance unit area active, but once that's done, this should do really good damage. The only way I'm going to find out, though, is by testing the team. See, the hard part will be getting the dark gems at the start, as I was kind of expecting. So definitely only a team for locked bosses. No traitor counter either now, but high performance unit area will remove that. So this could be actually spectacular damage, I'm not sure yet. Keep an eye on Blitzkrieg Beast's damage. Let's see, let's have a look. 698.5 trillion. So yeah, that's pretty heavy hitting in all fairness. It's only suitable for locked bosses though. So yeah, a good team. Just a bit slow. I'm pretty happy with the damage that does though. I was hoping it would do Q damage, but it's not quite there. This should finish it off though, with a bit of luck anyway. This could be good. There's two. Oh, this would be really good. Let's see. Let's have a look. 849.5 trillion. Yeah, that's killed the boss. So that gives you an idea of what sort of damage you could do with older cards. That's actually pretty decent damage in all fairness. Probably some of the best damage I've managed to do in a Slayer event for a long time. Alright, so let's have a look at the event rewards. Let's start with the collection. So it is a legend collection, but an updated legend collection. So there's actually some semi-decent items in the collection now, including 3 different levels of Ray. So I might as well go ahead and finish off this collection by hitting the claim all button. So if you're wanting to get those pink stars on your legends, this collection should hopefully help you towards that. I'm not seeing what it is this time around. I'm going to go check now. It is a Warden, okay. Earth Warden with Absorb. Yeah, that's not really that good, if I'm being honest. It might be okay-ish near the end of a defense, but it's not that good a defender's skill, and probably not a Warden I recommend using. And finally, you may have seen there are frenzy bosses again this event. I do not know what the cap is on the cost yet, but it seems to be doubling with each level. I would be very, very careful when summoning these. If it keeps on doubling, it's going to be almost impossible later on if you summon these more than a few times. Until I know if there's a cap or not, or until anyone works it out, it's best just to be careful with these and maybe just summon them on the last 3 days of the event, since the frenzy bosses will be worth more then. Alright, let's have a look at the actual event deck. Here we go. So, this is, as always, a strong looking deck. It's Arcane Killer, so plenty of potential with either Circuit Break, Hilaria, or the Jailers. Creates a lot of power gems, increases attack by a small amount, but it has the bonus attack on it, so that in itself may well make it worth getting. You have to all decide that for yourselves, but bonus attack decks are normally pretty good. And out of the two individual cards, this one has the power gems, attack bonus, and the bonus attack. What does the other card have on it? That seems to have all the skills that the ultimate form does. Okay, so this one's slightly different. Creates power gems and heals. So if you can only get one of these cards, I would say the first one is definitely better. The Ox King. I mean, the bonus attack on it in itself probably sells the deck to a certain extent, but it also has a slight attack bonus. So yeah, I definitely recommend just getting the Ox King if you can only get one of the cards and don't want to get the full deck. Finally, this is the end of the season, so a few things to remember. Don't forget to use your coin in the proving grounds. There's lots of good decks available here now. Just scroll down. Yeah, up until about here, with the Water Slayer deck, the decks start to get really good. Definitely recommend getting at least half of the Golems deck if you don't already have it, as even to this day it's still a game-breaking deck. Lots of other choices though if you do have the Golems. And finally, let's go on to the season rewards and have a look at the other decks from this season. Which one should you be going for? This assumes that you have excess coins available. So there are the decks. If you have the Golems, then the Dark Commander deck is definitely what you should be going for, assuming that the Golems are what you generally use in GVG, as if you add this ultimate form to the Golems, you can take out nearly any defense. Main reason for that is because this card has a Dispel and a Cleanse on it, so if you get hit by Toxin, this will remove it. This will also remove Weaken, the two main skills that stop the Golems. So yeah, if you have a Golems-based attack team, that is definitely the deck to go for. The other deck I liked the look of was the Light Commander deck, mainly because of the massive damage boost this gives to other cards. If you have a look, where is it? Gains the bonus attack buff for 1 turn, and then gives Excalibur to the next Light Commander that activates their battle skill. And that's a 500% increase to damage. So, yeah, a very, very powerful skill when used with other Light Commander cards. And that could well be a deck that's very useful for quite a few events in the future as well. And there we go. That about covers this video. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. And thanks for watching.